public hearing. Mr. Mitchell, please.
Well, Mr. Chairman, I understand there are two public hearings noticed for 2 o'clock today. The first is on proposed County of Oswego Local Law Number 8, 2024. Please take notice that the County Legislature shall hold a public hearing on proposed County of Oswego Local Law Number 8 of 2024 entitled Local Law Overriding the Tax Levy Limit for fiscal year 2025 on the 12th day of December 2024 at 2 o'clock in the afternoon said day. County Legislative Chambers, County Office Building, 46 East Bridge Street, Oswego, New York. Purpose of this local law would be to allow the county to override the tax levy limit for fiscal year 2025 in the event it is necessary upon adoption of the budget. By order of the County Legislature dated November 14, 2024, Betsy Sherman Saunders, Clerk. Any persons wishing to speak regarding proposed County of Oswego Local Law Number 8 of 2024, please step forward and state your name.
At this time, regarding, just to make sure we're clear, this is for the local law on the tax levy limit, which perhaps Mr. Church can clarify, but it is not needed this year.
Yeah, right now, the tentative budget, we are underneath the tax cap. This is simply, we put this on the schedule as a precaution in case some last minute thing happens that would put us over. But right now, the tentative budget is about $300,000, I believe, under the tax cap.
All right, so just so we're clear, but if there's someone who'd like to speak on that, you're more than welcome. Mike Franklin, come forward.
I'm sorry, I'm from the public one.
Okay.
There being no persons wishing.
Wait, I got two more names,
Okay,
just in
sorry.
case. Jessica M. Another sheet, okay, thank you. Brandon Walker. This is about the tax limit.
Yes, yeah, tax
All
levy,
right,
correct.
come forward, you have 5 minutes.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Brandon Walker. I live in the 15th District. First time speaking here, so bear with me. The tax levy, from my understanding, is we're wishing to have that on effect just in case as a what-if scenario. My only concern is we just came off the heel from the City of Oswego assessment, the Oswego City tax rate, and the school district in the City of Oswego. My concern is we just want to make sure we don't have to keep raising taxes to the Oswego City residents and obviously in the county itself. My understanding is the City of Fulton is going to be raising theirs at some point. Whether if that happens or not, I don't know. But at what point when do we say enough's enough? That's my concern. So, thank you.
Thank you.
Okay. Any other persons wishing to be heard on proposed County of Oswego Local Law Number 8 of 2024, please step forward and state your name. There being none, Mr. Chairman, I request you declare the public hearing closed at 2:06.
Next.
Next is public hearing on proposed County of Oswego Local Law Number 9 of 2024, entitled the Local Law Amending Local Law Number 3 of 2021, providing for salaries of certain elected county officers, County of Oswego. Please take notice. County Legislature of the County of Oswego will meet at the Legislative Chambers, 46 East Bridge Street, Oswego, New York, at 2 o'clock p.m., 12th day of December 2024, for purposes of holding a public hearing on Local Law Number 9, year 2024, entitled Local Law Amending Local Law 3 of 21, providing for salaries of certain elected county officers of the County of Oswego. Proposed salaries in the local law are as follows: County Clerk, $104,333; County Treasurer, $104,333; County Sheriff, $126,760; County Legislator each, $16,094; Chair, County Legislature, $35,403; Majority Leader, County Legislature, $19,310; Minority Leader, County Legislature, $19,310. Any persons wishing to be heard regarding proposed local law number 9 of 2024, please step forward and state your name.
Legislator House. Thank you, sir. We have one, it's Jessica M.
Chairman Mike had said he had signed up to that. Actually,
Go ahead, Jessica.
Oh, so
You go
Right,
around the
remember?
sheet.
They
All
said
right,
that they
well,
wanted.
Jessica's up, not for, just for the record, you're M.
Madison, MATTES1.
Okay. You have a copy?
Good afternoon. I must say I'm getting a little bit more comfortable up here at the podium. I don't know if it's a bad thing for you, but it's a good thing for me. I'm of course here to speak about the raises that you voted on. It looks like you're passing for the new agenda. Now, of course, during my free time again, I did some research, math, and crunched the numbers, and all the equations seem to lead out in all of your favors. In a legislative position, your purpose, I think, should be noticeable. You should be proud of what you do and where you represent. Instead, I kind of see the opposite and you hide. As a county employee, I'm very proud to be a county employee. I do the job that's implemented. I help my clients. That's what we're here for. I understand. I haven't found many of your purposes. I will not take away that being in the county Oswego HR department is hard, and yes, your county sheriff. Another dedicated, yes, thankless job. I do see you, I do acknowledge you, but you have to hear me out here. The top leaders are receiving 4% when I just had to vote on a 3. I do a lot of budgets, pay lines, bailiffs, now energy bills, paying necessary bills, protecting, providing, and helping out your local community. Your social welfare examiner right now is a pay grade 8, making just over $22 an hour. We're not customer service like Walmart or respectfully a bank employee. We are mandated reporters. We are the faces the community sees when the crisis comes knocking at their door, or the faces from the children that we see when we're guiding their parents into permanent housing. We step in when everything else fails in this county. No one shows up on good terms at DSS, and more bad situations are arising daily. At DSS, we are the frontline workers, and that we see how every policy, tax change, mandate, and resource you implement here greatly affects the community you represent. I am sure your social welfare examiners could explain more about your resources that you fund and maybe you don't even know about. Some of you openly said that DSS should be shut down, yet push so many funds and incentives for yourself for the department. DSS, whether you like it or not, is a reflection of the crisis in the county and the poorly written budget. You want funds and incentives, but don't want to actually invest in the department, such as the employers or incentives to keep them there. When we process a case, I look into Oswego real property taxes. I see them going up. I see the red numbers of assessments. I look at National Grid and how that's gradually increasing, and National Grid relies on heat funds from us. I work out with outside agencies and programs to make sure my clients are in compliance with all of them to receive benefits. You need to apply for unemployment, veterans benefits, here's the information. You need income-based housing applications, I have them. Food banks, you have child support, do you need insurance? The list goes on and on. It's an overwhelming amount of information. And yet I have to sit here and fight with you guys about my work. It isn't until I update my resume and start doing my job application that I thank DSS for the job skills they have given me and how calm I can remain in crisis mode right now. A little thing you don't know about me, in 2018 I actually took a pay cut. I used to work at Oswego Health, and then I came to DSS because Lori and my aunt pushed it was such a county was a place to go. Right now it seems I have a hard time staying there. I will sit at any table, shake any hands if it means helping out Department of Social Services, integrated department. You know what I think a good pay start would be at least starting at them at $25 to $26 an hour. You bring back the civil service exam. You should have done a survey in regards to EVA. I don't think that was appropriate. I opt out. It's a human services. Actually, 11:30 today, I got pulled into a meeting and asked if it was appropriate for me to use time for it because it was a family medical emergency. And I respectfully walked out of the meeting, and the whole way I said, yeah, this is an emergency. Oswego County's in crisis mode. But you guys have to remember us. I helped them, I walked them through the whole process of being homeless or the children. If you have a county and a department that lacks mandated reporters, what are you doing for the children out there? I have 6 kids. Oswego High School, Oswego, it is not the same anymore, Mr. Twist. It's a scary world out there. So we need to protect definitely our children. Yesterday I had a humbling experience. I went to SOS. I had to get a second opinion. I had to go to props. They looked at me like I was weird when I wanted a second opinion. You're like, you know, you have Medicaid? Oh, on paper I'm a single mom of 3. Yeah, I have Medicaid. Unfortunately, I work for the county and can't afford their insurance, and yet they're about to give themselves a new raise. I don't understand why you guys are investing in us. Before I came out here, I definitely prayed for protection and guidance and the strength, and I prayed for all of you to do the right thing up here. You have to start investing where your money actually goes. You're about to lose important people. Mr. Groff, Lazarick, Delia, Yurden, Canova, the list goes on and on of important people there that remain calm in this crisis and do so much paperwork that'll make your head spin, and yet they have to sit there and decide their worth with you guys. I don't understand what you're doing. I really don't. I respect you and I appreciate the job that you do, but you guys need to do a little bit better. Thank you. I hope you have a good day.
Thank you. At this time, I would call Mike Franklin forward. Is this, you wanted to speak on the salaries?
No,
No?
on the last public,
Okay. The public comment period you wish to sign up for
the
then?
public comment.
Okay. All right, so is there any other people who want to speak on these two public hearings at all? That's it.
I'd request you to declare the public hearing closed at 2:14.
Thank you. We'll now move into our regular legislative meeting for the December 12th, 2024 session. Would the clerk please call the roll?
Michael Yurden has been marked excused. Herbert Yurden.
Here.
Edward Gilson.
Here.
David Holt.
Here.
Roy Reedhill.
Here.
John Martino.
Here.
Frank Lombardo.
Here.
Paul House.
Here.
James Weatherup.
Here.
Mary Ellen Chesbro.
Here.
Linda Lockwood. Here. Richard Klein.
Present.
Patrick Twist.
Here.
Stephen Walpole's been marked excused. Kevin Hill.
Here.
James Scanlon.
Here.
Charles Berger.
Here.
Robert Wilmot.
Here.
Marie Schad.
Here.
Paul Conley.
Here.
Noel Samuelson.
Here.
James Karasik.
Here.
Michael Soloway.
Here.
Mark Greco.
Here.
Frank Castilia.
Wouldn't miss it.
Mr. Chairman, that's 23 present and 2 excused. You have a quorum.
Thank you. Would you now lead us in the invocation?
During this holiday season, may we continue to stand together beyond this meeting, beyond this season, caring for one another by loving our neighbors and ourselves. May we always have the strength to bring light into the world and inspire those around us. Let us be thankful for the love, hope, and joy that this day brings us. Keep in our hearts those who are with us and those we have lost this year. Amen.
Thank you. And could now Jay Scanlon and Mike Soloway lead us in the pledge?
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. I trust we've had a minute or occasion to read the minutes from the last regular meeting on November 15th.
So moved.
Second. Any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Thank you. Moving now to proclamations. We have a NISAC 100-year anniversary for the Government Committee and Phil Church. Please come forward.
Thank you very much. On the count of 3, 1, 2, 3. And a second. 1, 2, 3. Thank you.
New York State Association of Counties 100-year anniversary. Whereas the New York State Association of Counties, also known as NISAC, was founded 100 years ago to serve as a unified voice and advocate for 57 counties in New York State, including the 5 boroughs of New York City. And whereas NISAC has consistently worked to enhance the effectiveness of county governments through robust advocacy, comprehensive education, meticulous research, all aimed at addressing the unique challenges faced by county officials and their constituents. And whereas over the past century, NISAC has played an instrumental role in promoting the interests of county governments at the state and federal levels, ensuring that the voices of local governments are heard and their needs addressed. And whereas NISAC has provided invaluable resources and training to county officials, empowering them with the knowledge and the tools necessary to deliver efficient and effective services to the residents of New York State. And whereas through its commitment to research, NISAC has fostered innovative solutions and best practices that have strengthened county operations and improved quality of life for millions of New Yorkers. And whereas NISAC has built a legacy of collaboration and partnership among county governments, fostering a spirit of unity and mutual support that has been crucial to addressing common challenges and advancing shared goals. And whereas the centennial anniversary of NISAC is a momentous occasion to celebrate the association's enduring dedication to public service and its profound impact on governance and well-being of New York State's counties. Now therefore be it resolved, James Weatherup, Chairman of the Oswego County Legislature, on behalf of all the entire legislation, recognizes New York State Association of Counties 100-year anniversary.
At the recent NISAC board meeting I attended, NISAC presented this to this county. There's one for every county to mark the 100th anniversary. If I can step out of my role as county administrator, I'm not usually up here for these pictures. I've been asked because I currently serve as the president-elect of NISAC. So on behalf of NISAC, thank you. My experience on that board has, although I've been going to NISAC for many years now that I'm on the board, I've really learned what that small staff does for us is remarkable. The amount of lobbying and effort that they are putting in on our behalf, on behalf of all 62 counties, is just astounding. It's too much to really go through here. But one of the things they have done to commemorate this event is they've gone back and looked over the last 100 years everything NISAC has done and accomplished on behalf of the counties, and incorporated that into this year-long celebration. If you go to the spring conference, really, it's in February, at the state capitol, there's going to be an exhibit on the history of NISAC and everything it has accomplished on our behalf. If you're able to attend that. There's a lot of excitement around this. The spring conference rooms, if you're planning on going, I almost don't want to say this, sold out in 2 days. It's probably going to be the largest convention that this organization has ever seen. I'd still encourage you to go. There are rooms in nearby hotels. There's a lot of special events and being planned for this and for the fall conference. You can't make the spring one. Also, NISAC has opened up an online store for memorabilia. If you want to go take a look at that, they've got some really nice things that have been made. It's NISAC store or NISACshop.com. Just go to NISAC.org and there'll be a link there for it. Hats, t-shirts, mugs, even mugs with this on it. So they're planning a lot of good events. They've done a lot for us, and I think it's time to recognize them for their achievements on our behalf. So thank you.
Government stay.
Yes, if we could now, very sad but proud moment, but if we could have Peggy Bickford please come forward.
the calendar, Sherry. 1, 2, 3. And the second. 1, 2, 3. Perfect, got it.
Thank you. At this point, Legislator Gilson has we don't necessarily have that proclamation to read, but I would tell you that she has served this county faithfully for many years. I don't want to put an age on you, but you look youthful. So I congratulate her on all the work that she's done over the years. I know there's any number of us in the government field that are very happy to have worked with you, myself included. Other than that, we hope you don't change your phone number if we have questions. But later on tonight, we anticipate appointing your replacement that you've trained for years, so we think we're going to be in good hands. And again, thank you.
Thank you, everyone.
You don't have to run. Again, thank you. Introduction to visitors. Do we have any public speakers on resolutions of the day?
There's one that is scribbled out. I'll let you decide.
That's an interpreter. This was previously, it was Jessica that had signed up on the round sheet, so she spoke. So moving on now to reports of county officials, reports of standing committees, reports of special committees. Thank you. Moving on then to Government Courts and Consumer Affairs Committee, Legislator Holtz has a bit of a throat scratch, so Legislator Gilson with resolution GC1.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I offer this resolution and urge its adoption.
Will the clerk please read the heading?
Resolution is the time and place for the 2025 organizational meeting.
This is a meeting we hold annually to elect a county chairman. This would be scheduled for January 7th at 2 o'clock in the chambers.
Thank you. Any discussion? Legislator Castillo.
Mr. Chairman, I'd like to amend this and ask for a motion, make a motion to have this at 7 p.m. I'd like to second on that, please.
Do we have a second? And a second by Legislator Scott. Any discussion? You've already made the motion, Legislator.
Well, I just want to make, I want to explain why I would like it that way. I mean, it's a very important day for, Oswego County, their legislators, they're all, their leaders are going to be elected that day. And I think it'd be great if we had it at 7 o'clock at night. We always have our meetings at 2 o'clock. The public is hard to get here. And that's why I'm asking for it to be that way. And I'd like a roll call vote on this, please, sir.
Thank you. Any other discussion? Roll call vote, please. So just to be clear, the motion to amend would be an aye, and the motion to deny would be a nay. So, roll call vote, please.
Herbert Yurden.
Nay.
Edward Gilson.
Nay.
David Holmes.
No.
Roy Rehel. John Martino.
No.
Frank Lombardo.
Yay.
Paul House.
Nay.
James Weatherup.
No.
Mary Ellen Chesbro.
No.
Linda Lockwood.
No.
Richard Klein.
No.
Patrick Twist.
No.
Stephen Walpole's been marked excused. Kevin Hill.
No.
James Scanlon.
Yes.
Charles Berger.
No.
Robert Wilmot.
No.
Marie Schad.
Yes.
Paul Conley.
No.
Noel Samuelson.
No.
James Carasset.
No.
Michael Soloway,
No.
Mark Greco,
Nay.
Frank Castelia.
Yes.
Mr. Chairman, that is 3 in favor and 20 opposed to excuse.
Thank you. Back then to the original. Any other discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
Mr. Chairman, that's 23 in favor, 0 opposed, and 2 excused.
Thank you. Resolution GC2 by Legislator Gilson.
Yeah, I offer this resolution and urge its adoption.
Will the clerk please read the heading?
Resolution appointing commissioners of elections for the county of Oswego.
Mr. Chairman, I have
Go
a,
to the end of the meeting.
Yeah, I thought this goes 7 o'clock.
No, that was GC3. You did say. You said GC3, but I
Oh,
just read
okay,
GC3.
All right.
Yeah.
My bad by calling it 2. GC3.
Not
Yeah.
by any other name, it smells. So, there is an amendment, Mr. Chairman, to this. By adding, after resolve, we're adding that each of the individuals being appointed will receive an annual compensation of $73,549.
Thank you. And just to be clear, both Republican and Democrat get to receive the same salary. Any discussion? Well, we need a second on the amendment.
Second.
Any discussion on the amendment? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
Mr. Chairman, it's 23 in favor, 0 opposed, and 2 excused. on the
Thank you.
amendment.
So back to the original as amended.
Yes, this resolution appoints Stacy Teifke and Matthew Fleming as the respective Republican and Democratic commissioners.
Yes, thank you. Any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
Mr. Chairman, that's 23 in favor, 0 opposed, and 2 excused.
Thank you. At this point, could both commissioners stand so we know who got in? Thank you and welcome aboard, although you've been on board for some time. Next, we'll go to Resolution GC4 by Legislator Gilson.
Yes, Mr. Chairman, I offer this resolution and urge its adoption.
Will the clerk please read the heading?
Resolution authorizing budget modification, assigned council legal fees.
Yes, this resolution will allow us to receive two different allocations of money from state aid, totaling $118,838 for assigned council legal fees.
Thank you. Any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
Mr. Chairman, that's 23 in favor, 0 opposed, and 2 excused.
Thank you. Resolution GC5 by Legislator Gilson.
Yes, I offer this resolution and urge its adoption.
Will the clerk please read the heading?
Resolution authorizing budgetary modification, county attorney's office, legal fees.
Yeah, this is a transfer of $15,000 from unused salary and wages to the legal fee account to cover expenses for towards the Oswego Harbor Power litigation and the 9 Mile Point 1 and 2 tax negotiations.
Thank you. Any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
Mr. Chairman, that's 23 in favor, 0 opposed, and 2 excused.
Thank you. Resolution GC6 by Legislator Gilson.
C6 is a resolution that I offer and urge its adoption.
Will the clerk please read the heading?
Resolution approving the execution of 2 tax agreements under RPTL 487 regarding solar installations in the town of Hastings with Mallory South PV1 LLC and Mallory South PV2 LLC, 406-4010 US Route 11, town of Hastings.
Yes, this resolution executes 2 tax agreements for those 2 different projects with a 15-year payment schedule that's been negotiated. I urge its adoption, sir.
Thank you. Any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
Mr. Mr. Chairman, that's 22 in favor, 1 opposed, and 2 excused.
Thank you. Resolution GC7 by legislator Gilson.
I offer this resolution and urge its adoption.
Will the clerk please read the heading?
Resolution rescinding resolution number 115 of 2024, Office of Strategic Initiatives.
Yes, this resolution rescinds a previous resolution, number 115 of 2024, that we had appropriated, allocated $1 million towards the broadband project, a project that did not get funded by New York State. We have since authorized a $2 million project that has come and hopefully will be funded soon. Hence, this resolution will not be needed. It wasn't approved by New York State. We would like to rescind it.
Thank you. Any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
Mr. Chairman, that's 23 in favor, 0 opposed, and 2 excused.
Thank you. Moving now to the Public Safety Committee, Resolution PS1 by legislator Greco.
Mr. Chairman, I offer this resolution and recommend its approval.
Will the clerk please read the heading?
Resolution authorizing budget modification to transfer funds from Emergency Medical Services, ARPA, account line to Workforce Development, ARPA, federal aid line.
Yeah, this is in the amount of $9,000. They're going to send it over to city BOCES and they'll conduct the EMT advanced training.
Yes, any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
Mr. Chairman, that's 23 in favor, 0 opposed, and 2 excused.
Thank you. Resolution PS2 by legislator Greco.
Mr. Chairman, I offer this resolution and recommend its approval.
Will the clerk please read the heading?
Resolution authorizing the amendment of a lease agreement regarding the Granby Tower site with T-Mobile Northeast LLC, a Delaware limited liability company, successor in interest to Nextel WIP Lease Corporation.
This is in the amount of $1,700 a month with a 3% rise.
Thank you. Any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
Mr. Chairman, that's 23 in favor, 0 opposed, and 2 excused.
Thank you. Resolution PS3 by legislator Greco.
I offer this resolution and recommend its approval.
Will the clerk please read the heading?
Resolution authorizing budgetary modification, E911, overtime.
This is in the amount of $35,000. It's coming from salary and wages. It's driven primarily by training issues, rough training.
Thank you. Any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
Mr. Chairman, that's 23 in favor, 0 opposed, and 2 excused.
Thank you. Resolution PS4 by legislator Greco.
Mr. Chairman, I offer this resolution and recommend its approval.
Will the clerk please read the heading?
Resolution authorizing payment to the New York State Comptroller's Bill Fund, bill number 21-08648-39 Church Road.
All right, this is a bill that was just sent to us recently from the DEC, really, from the Environmental Protection. It was just filled to jail in 21. They cleaned it up back then, but we just got the bill for $4,809 now.
Thank you. Any discussion? All those in favor?
All right.
Opposed?
Mr. Chairman, that's 23 in favor, 0 opposed, and 2 excused.
Thank you. Resolution PS5 by legislator Greco.
Mr. Chairman, I offer this resolution and recommend its approval.
Will the clerk please read the heading?
Resolution authorizing budgetary modification for Sheriff's Office, jail, kitchen, equipment upgrade.
Mr. Chairman, I'd like to amend this resolution. There seems to be a typo on the resolution itself. It says $230,000. In fact, it should read $225,000.
Thank you. Do we have a second?
Second. That's the second resolve.
Yes, in the second resolve. Any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
Mr. Chairman, that's 23 in favor, 0 opposed, and 2 excused on the amendment.
Thank you. Back to the original resolution then. This is for the...
Oh, this is for the kitchen. They need to make emergency repairs to the kitchen.
Correct.
But
Correct. Any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
Mr. Chairman, that's 23 in favor, 0 opposed, and 2 excused.
Thank you. Resolution PS6 by legislator Greco.
Mr. Chairman, I offer this resolution to recommend its approval.
Will the clerk please read the heading?
Resolution accepting revenue for County of Oswego, local law number 3 of 2024, entitled Oswego County Traffic Diversion Program.
This is a monthly thing. This is approximately $80,000 that we distribute to the town and county.
Thank you. Any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
Mr. Chairman, that's 23 in favor, 0 opposed, and 2 excused.
Thank you. Resolution PS7 by Legislator Greco.
Chairman, I offer this resolution to recommend its approval.
Will the clerk please read the heading?
Resolution entering a maintenance agreement for microwave radio link radios E911.
Yeah, apparently our warranty expires. In order to extend the warranty, it's going to cost us $180,000 for 5 years.
Any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
Mr. Chairman, that's 23 in favor, 0 opposed, and 2 excused.
Thank you. Moving then to the Human Services Committee, Legislator Rehill with Resolution HS1.
Mr. Chairman, I offer the following resolution and urge its adoption.
Will the clerk please read the heading?
Resolution authorizing budgetary modification, Department of Social Services, admin chargeback expenses.
This is for $30,000 coming from underspent salaries and wages. This has to do with charges that the state conducts some business on our behalf, and then there's a chargeback. We need to fill up that line to make it through the year.
Thank you. Any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
Mr. Chairman, that's 23 in favor, 0 opposed, and 2 excused.
Thank you. Resolution HS2 by Legislator Rehill.
Mr. Chairman, I offer the following resolution and urge its adoption.
Will the clerk please read the heading?
Resolution authorizing budgetary modification, Department of Social Services, Adult and Family Services, mileage reimbursement.
This budget modification requests to transfer $70,000 from underspent salaries and wages to the mileage reimbursement budget to ensure that mileage expenses for this fiscal year continue to be paid. We're going to be in a little bit better shape on this next year, as we're going to have some new cars that are going to be in the department, that are owned by the department.
Thank you. Any discussion? Legislator Schott.
Mr. Chairman, I thought that we leased our vehicles. Are some of them still?
Some are leased, and we're moving more towards that as Legislator Rehill had addressed.
So how many vehicles are involved in this $70,000 fee?
These are reimbursements for individuals' mileage.
Any other discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
Mr. Chairman, 23 in favor, 0 opposed, and 2 excused.
Thank you. Resolution HS3 by Legislator Rehill.
Mr. Chairman, I offer the following resolution and urge its adoption.
Will the clerk please read the heading?
Resolution authorizing budgetary modification, Department of Social Services, Adult and Family Services, residential domestic violence expenses.
This budget modification will transfer $45,000 from underspent salaries and wages to the other supplies and expenses for the domestic violence lines. This is a line that fluctuates greatly each year, and we need to have this $45,000 moved to cover us till the end of the year.
Thank you. Any discussion? Legislator Schott.
What is the total budgeted for this annually?
If you look at the memorandum, info memo on those pages, it shows how much it switches from year to year. 2023, we budgeted $150,201. I don't have the number for 2024 in front of me, unless I correct the budget.
I don't see it there. Any other discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
Mr. Chairman, that's 23 in favor, 0 opposed, and 2 excused.
Thank you. Resolution HS4 by Legislator Rehill.
Mr. Chairman, I offer the following resolution. Urge its adoption.
Will the clerk please read the heading?
Resolution authorizing budgetary modification, Department of Social Services, Adult and Family Services, preventative contracts.
This would move $25,000 from underspent salaries and wages to other supplies and expenses for the PP-Con budget line to ensure that services protective and preventive services contract expenses can be paid in 2024.
Thank you. Any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
Mr. Chairman, that's 23 in favor, 0 opposed, and 2 excused.
Thank you. Resolution HS5 by Legislator Rehill.
Mr. Chairman, I offer the following resolution and urge its adoption.
Will the clerk please read the heading?
Resolution authorizing budgetary modification, Department of Social Services, safety net, other supplies, and expenses.
This budget mod request is for a transfer of funds from underspent social services admin, salaries and wages into the safety net, other supplies and expenses. This is in the amount of $650,000.
Thank you. Any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
Chairman has 23 in favor, 0 opposed, and 2 excused.
Thank you. Resolution HS7 by legislator Rito.
Mr. Chairman, I offer the following resolution to urge its adoption.
Will the clerk please read the heading?
Resolution awarding professional services contract RFP 24-MH-004 Suicide Prevention Coalition Coordinator.
Yes, this funds that position for the Suicide Prevention Coalition. It's in the amount of $84,715.13.
Thank you. Any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
Mr. Chairman, there's 23 in favor, 0 opposed, and 2 excused.
Thank you. Resolution HS8 by legislator Rito.
Mr. Chairman, I offer the following resolution and urge its adoption.
Will the clerk please read the heading?
Resolution authorizing the execution of a lease with Catholic Charities of Oswego County, portion of 808 Broadway, Fulton, New York.
This is a monthly amount of $3,514 for a space over at Catholic Charities.
Thank you. Any discussion? Legislator Cassie.
I've read the outline on this, but just what are they gonna be using the gym for?
Can I refer back to Nicole, our Director of Mental Hygiene?
Sure, well, it's actually not leasing the gym specifically. The 3,200 plus square feet is it's currently in a thrift store. They're relocating that somewhere else in the building. We would have access to the gym space as scheduled when it's available, but the space that we would be leasing is identified in a request for proposals for local community providers to propose services that would community-based supports for individuals struggling with recovery from addiction. So supports and services and health-related social needs for individuals across Oswego County to be able to provide support, peer support, recovery services, prevention services at that location.
And you'll be able to go through DSS to get this help, correct? That's what they call
Sorry, repeat the question, please?
it? Well, I know what you're gonna do, okay? I can understand what you're doing. But how does the general public know that this is available to them?
We would be promoting that through just generally to the public. We would be announcing that whichever program is awarded the services to be provided there, we would be promoting that service to the general public, also to all of our other local provider agencies to notify individuals that they're serving. That there's a new resource and opportunity for individuals.
Okay, thank you very much.
Any other discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
Mr. Chairman, there's 23 in favor, 0 opposed, and 2 excused.
Thank you. Resolution HS9 by legislator Rito.
Mr. Chairman, I offer the following resolution and urge its adoption.
Will the clerk please read the heading?
Resolution authorizing budgetary modification, accept funding from the Alzheimer's Association of CNY for the Office for the Aging Santa for Seniors program.
So they have offered $2,332.93 from the Alzheimer's Association of CNY that will purchase Christmas gifts for some of our older residents. And this will require an increase in the OFA 2024 budget.
Thank you. Any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
Mr. Chairman, that's 23 in favor, 0 opposed, and 2 excused.
Thank you. Moving now to the Economic Development Planning Committee, legislator Chesbro with resolution EP1.
Yes, Mr. Chairman, I offer this resolution and urge its adoption.
Will the clerk please read the heading?
Resolution authorizing amendment to contract number 20241-008, Rides to Recovery, Department of Mobility Management.
Yes, we presently have a contract with Catholic Charities to help with the Rides to Recovery, which has proven to be an excellent means to getting people to work as well as to recovery. And what it is we have some CARES Act money that needs to be transferred into it so that we can continue this contract. It does not affect the county budget at all. It is all the CARES Act money that we would be receiving.
Thank you. Any discussion? Legislator Castillo.
Thank you very much. Chairman, would you please explain the rights to recovery? The reason I ask this question is I get many calls and many comments saying, what is the county doing? What is the county going to do for this? What is the county doing for that? And I think it's a great program, but how does the public know where to go and what to do and how to do it? That's what I'm asking.
I was looking to see if Heather was here, because she would really be able to give an in-depth thing, because they do a great deal, these rights to recovery, as to, they have a regular routine where they pick people up and they take them where they need to go, whether it is, most of it is actually going to work, getting them to a job, and hopefully that they earn enough money and get settled that they'd be able to get their own car. And also they take them to treatment centers as well as educational work, more of that.
What people would be eligible for this?
I don't think there's any particular, anybody that needs it. I mean, they need to contact Mobility Management or Catholic Charities and to see where they are so that they can be picked up. I don't believe there is a criteria, income-wise, but that could be determined, I guess. Yeah, but I can certainly give you some more information. And
Yes.
Yes, absolutely.
It's a great program, but I just want to know how I can get my people to be able to use it and know who to call when I call them.
Absolutely. I think it's a great program. I think just contact the Catholic Charities, you wouldn't be able to do it, but I'll get you the information directly.
Thank you very much.
Any other discussion? Legislator Shaw.
Thank you. And you may or may not know the answer. I had a constituent, and I made quite a few calls to Office of the Aging about a ride to an outpatient procedure. He's 77 years old, his wife passed away. And we went round and round quite a bit, and I still can't hook him up with a ride. Would this type of thing cover that, like for an
This
outpatient?
or Mobility Management would have it because they do have the door-to-door, the first mile, last mile.
Well, they told him unless he was on Medicaid, they couldn't really help him.
No, that Mobility Management doesn't go with just Medicaid. We have our own different funding sources.
The access program.
Yeah.
The what?
Access program.
And it can be utilized between the hours of 9 and 5 p.m.
Okay.
So Heather.
Yeah. But definitely get a hold of Heather, and she will be able to really give you more than one option, I'm certain.
Thank you, I appreciate it.
Any other? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
Mr. Chairman, that's 23 in favor, 0 opposed, and 2 excused.
Thank you. Moving to resolution EP2 by Legislator Chesbro.
Yes, Mr. Chairman, I offer this resolution and urge its adoption.
Will the clerk please read the heading?
Resolution authorizing budgetary modification, Department of Community Development, Tourism and Planning, snowmobile trail grants.
Yes, this is money that is collected by New York State, all the registrations of people that have snowmobiles, and that money then is collected by the state and sent to each county, and then our counties, we distribute them, and for Oswego, we have 10 different snowmobile clubs that we distribute the money to, and hopefully we will have some snow this year to be able to increase the registrations and get more people using all of our tourism things.
Thank you. Any other discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
Mr. Chairman, that's 21 in favor, 1 opposed, and 2 excused.
Thank you. Resolution EP3 by Legislator Chesbro.
Yes, Mr. Chairman, I offer this resolution and urge its adoption.
Will the clerk please read the heading?
Resolution authorizing budget modification to transfer ARPA funds within workforce development budget to support EMS training.
Yes, what this is that the Workforce Development Fund has got ARPA funds in it and more than enough so that they can transfer some of it to an EMT training for city BOCES. And as you heard earlier in the public safety resolution that the emergency management is also donating money to this. So this is to help students of city BOCES to take EMS courses so that we will have qualified personnel assisting us.
Thank you. Well said. Any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
Mr. Chairman, that's 23 in favor, 0 opposed, and 2 excused.
Thank you. The Health Committee with Legislator Karasik gets a free pass this month. Moving then to Infrastructure, Facilities, and Technology, Legislator House with IT1.
Yes, Mr. Chairman, I offer this resolution and urge its adoption.
Will the clerk please read the heading?
Resolution approving a disadvantaged business enterprise, DBE, program policy for the Oswego County Airport.
Yes, the U.S. Department of Transportation mandates that all airports receiving federal grants must comply with the regulations of the DBE.
Thank you. Any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
Mr. Chairman, that's 23 in favor, 0 opposed, and 2 excused.
Thank you. Resolution IT2 by Legislator House.
Yes, Mr. Chairman, I offer this resolution and urge its adoption.
Will the clerk please read the heading?
Resolution approving the Department of Solid Waste 2025 fee schedule.
Yes, because we've had to repair some of our transfer stations, some of the prices did go up again this year.
Thank you. Any discussion? Legislator Castillo.
Mr. Chairman, I'd like to make a motion to freeze the tipping fees for the city of Oswego and the city of Fulton. Looking for a second.
It's not the resolution in front of us.
You're looking at solid waste fees.
Well, this is a county-wide fee schedule, not particular for anyone.
Right, but it's the tipping fees pertain to the cities, each one of them. Because they bring their waste to the,
But this is a county facility, not a municipal facility.
right?
But we'll bring that forward, okay?
You
Do
bring
we have
that
a second?
forward.
Do we have a second? Do we have a second? Any discussion?
The reason I'm asking for this is you just heard a gentleman speak about the fees going up, taxes going up in the city of Oswego. And I know in the city of Fulton, the same thing's happening. So I'm asking to have the fees frozen for them so that it doesn't go up to them, that people, the major haulers, or the city of Fulton, which is a major hauler, when they bring their waste to the dump, they get the old fee, not the new fee. And the reason I'm doing this is because everybody's fees are going up in those cities. They're getting hit hard in Oswego, getting hit hard in Fulton. I'm just asking for a break for them. That's the only reason I'm doing it.
Legislator Karasik.
So, many of the towns also have the availability of private haulers. I use one, and many of my neighbors use one. And I would not like to see that the cost is passed on to people that don't live in the city, either of them. To make that equitable, you'd have to do it across the board for everyone, for people that use private haulers. And that just is not something that's going to support the solid waste system.
Thank you. Legislator Castillo.
I understand Mr. Karasik's point. At one point in time when I asked for this tipping fee, because every year when we raise it, I ask for it to be frozen for the city of Fulton. And one year I did include all the towns that use major haulers to have their tipping fees frozen. And each one of the legislators voted no on freezing their rates so that the people would still get the rate, the increase. And I'm just asking for a roll call vote on this, please.
Thank you. Any other discussion?
The
Legislator
city of
Scott.
Oswego uses private haulers, they don't use city haulers to haul.
No, they don't. It's
Local
a major
trade.
hauler, though.
That's it?
It's still a major hauler. They're all coming out of the city of Oswego. They have to go.
It's not the city itself.
No, I know it's not a city.
Any other discussion on the amendment? So just to be clear again, so a yes vote would be to alter the fee schedule for just the city of Fulton and Oswego. So I would ask for a roll call.
Mr. Chairman, you've got a second, on that?
Yes, Legislator Shaw. Would the clerk please call the roll?
Michael Yurden's been marked excused. Herbert Yurden.
No.
Ed Gilson.
No.
David Holt.
No.
Roy Rehel.
No.
John Martino.
No.
Frank Lombardo.
No.
Paul House.
No.
James Weatherup.
No.
Mary Ellen Chesbro.
No.
Linda Lockwood.
No.
Richard Klein.
No.
Patrick Twist.
No.
Kevin Hill.
No.
James Scanlon.
No.
Charles Berger,
No.
Robert Wilmot,
No.
Marie Schott,
Yes.
Paul Conley,
No.
Noel Samuelson,
No.
James Perasek,
No.
Michael Soloway,
No.
Mark Greco,
No.
Frank Castelia.
Yes.
Mr. Chairman, that's 2 in favor, 21 opposed, and 2 excused.
Thank you. So then back to the original resolution. Any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
Mr. Chairman, that's 21 in favor, 2 opposed, and 2 excused.
Thank you. Resolution IT3 by Legislator House.
Yes, Mr. Chairman, I offer this resolution, urge its adoption.
Will the clerk please read the heading?
Resolution awarding professional services contract, Department of Buildings and Grounds, and authorizing budget modification.
Yes, what we're doing is we're hiring this company to assess our energy costs in our buildings in the county. NYCHER is paying for half of it, and the county's paying the half of it using Internal Revenue American Loss ARPA money.
Thank you. Any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
Mr. Chairman, that's 23 in favor, 0 opposed, and 2 excused.
Thank you. Resolution IT4 by Legislator House.
Yes, Mr. Chairman, I offer this resolution and urge its adoption.
Will the clerk please read the heading?
Resolution amending capital project number 1423, parking lots to include the cost of repaving the campus area parking lot.
Yes, this project we had money left over for, I believe it was the Legends Field in the kayak launch. We had money left over, so we ended up paving the project up to Camp Zerby.
Thank you. Any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
Mr. Chairman, that's 23 in favor, 0 opposed, and 2 excused.
Thank you. Moving into the Finance and Personnel Committee, Resolution FP1 by Legislator Martino.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I offer this resolution and urge its adoption.
Will the clerk please read the heading?
Resolution increasing existing appropriations for various funds in several offices and departments.
Thank you. This is so that the county treasurer has authority to increase and adjust various funds within several offices to meet the year-end 2024 tabulations.
Thank you. Any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
Chairman, that's 23 in favor, 0 opposed, and 2 excused.
Thank you. Resolution FP2 by Legislator Martino.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I offer this resolution and urge its adoption.
Would the clerk please read the heading?
Resolution adopting County of Oswego Local Law Number 9 of 2024, entitled A Local Law Amending Local Law Number 3 of 2021, providing for the salaries of certain elected county officers of the County of Oswego.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. As the compensation study showed earlier in the year, and increases have already been made for most between 3 and 7%, along with the 3% increase in 2025. These salaries are in the direct reflection of the compensation study findings.
Thank you. Any discussion? Legislator Castillo.
Mr. Chairman, I would like to explain my vote if I could, please, sir.
Make it brief.
Okay. Raises for electeds. Number 1, no elected should have the right to vote themselves a raise, be it state, federal, county, or local. Employers are the only people that can award raises to employees. County taxpayers are the employers of the county legislators. Number 4, county legislators are employees of the county taxpayers. Therefore, the county taxpayers are the only ones that have the right to give the raises to the county legislators. Every employee would love to give themselves a raise simply by saying, I would give myself a raise, I will vote myself a raise. Are county employees able to award themselves raises? The answer to that is no. There's no, it's a big no. That must be, they must beg for raises from the county. Only after weeks and sometimes months, they get the vote on raises offered to them by the county legislators in a contract for 3 years, a contract that cannot be changed every year. You, my fellow legislators, are asking again to change a contract that you all voted on in 2021 to uphold, only to change it whenever you want. Very hypocritical. legislators, I ask all of you to vote no on the resolution in front of you and honor the contract you swore to uphold when you voted on it in 2021 and asked to amend last year. Stand by your word, please. Thank you very much, sir. That's my stance on this resolution.
Thank you. Any other discussion? All those in
Roll
favor?
call vote.
Too late. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
Mr. Chairman, that is 18 in favor, 5 opposed, and 2 excused.
Thank you. At this time, we're looking for a motion to...
One more.
What's that?
One more.
Professional services.
Oh, okay. FP7 by legislator Marquez.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I have this resolution and urge its adoption.
Will the clerk please read the heading?
Resolutions reestablishing pre-qualified lists of certain professional services firms purchasing department.
These are vetted companies for our purchasing department, we do this yearly.
Thank you. Any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
Chairman, this one, 3 in favor, 0 opposed, and 2 excused.
Thank you. Legislator Hart.
Yes, I'd like to waive the rules for resolutions GC8, GC9, PS8, and IP5 only.
Thank you. Do we have a second?
Second.
Thank you. Any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Thank you. Resolution GC8 by legislator Gilson.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I offer this resolution and urge its adoption.
Will the clerk please read the heading?
Resolution authorizing the execution of an engagement letter with West Group Law, PLLC.
Yes, the county has applied for a grant for $26 million to open access broadband across our county. We would like to execute an agreement with West Group Law, a company that has extensive experience in implementing these build-outs and broadband negotiations. And if the grant's approved, payments would be made out of the capital project.
Thank you. Any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
Mr. Chairman, that's 23 in favor, 0 opposed, and 2 excused.
Mr. Chairman,
Yes,
I
sir.
had a slip of the tongue. We needed to move that GC9 to the 7 o'clock meeting.
Okay, so we have a motion to table.
Motion to table. Second.
Any discussion? All those in favor? Opposed?
Thank you.
Thank you. Resolution PSA by legislator Greco.
Chairman, I offer this resolution and recommend its approval.
Will the clerk please read the heading?
Resolution designating chief medical officer for the Oswego County Correctional Facility pursuant to Corrections Law 5012.
Yeah, correctional law requires them to have a chief medical officer. WellPath is designated Dr. Training.
Thank you. Any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
Mr. Chairman, that's 23 in favor, 0 opposed, and 2 excused.
Thank you. Resolution IT5 by legislator House.
Yes, Mr. Chairman, I recommend this resolution and urge its adoption.
Will the clerk please read the heading?
Resolution authorizing the execution of a permanent easement and right-of-way in connection with the replacement of the Maple Avenue over Little Sandy Creek Bridge.
Yes, as the resolution reads, it's for the easement, and that's all I got.
Thank you. Any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
Chairman, that's 23 in favor, 0 opposed, and 2 excused.
Thank you. At this point, I'd be looking for a motion to recess
Make a motion,
until 7 p.m.
7 p.m.
7 p.m. Yes, second? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Thank you. We're in recess till 7 o'clock. Thank you.
Was there a public session? Public comment?
There will be at the 7 o'clock meeting, but if you'd like to speak right now,
You need to make your agendas more clear. I didn't drive here from West Monroe for no reason.
understood, sir. If you'd like to speak right now, I'll allow.
Thank you.
5 minutes.
My name is Mike Franklin, I'm from West Monroe. I wanted to bring to the attention of the legislature and to the public a legal analysis of the police encounter at the town of New Haven that has, it's up to 999,000 views, so probably by the end of today it'll be at 1 million views. And it basically made Oswego County look like something from West Virginia or Mississippi. The behaviors of the sheriff. Now, I have no problem with the increases that you're all having. The sheriff having a $123,000 salary doesn't bother me. It's appropriate for a job of that magnitude. But we do expect him to do his job properly. We expect him to train his officers to be professional and to know the law. And he is exposing the taxpayers. So I'm not concerned about the 123 grand. I'm concerned about the $2 million he's going to cost us if he continues to violate people's constitutional rights. I'd like to make you all aware of what a Manel claim is. It is a pattern and practice federal civil rights lawsuit when there's a repeated and policy-based violations of people's constitutional rights. And that's exactly what's going on. So I would like you to see the audit legal analysis on YouTube of what transpired. They took the body cam footage of the incident and analyzed the legal aspects. But I was speaking about this last month. I thought I was done talking here, but your district attorney was in the back laughing at what it is I had to say. And so I'm not worried about the 123 grand. I'm worried about the lawsuit he's going to get us involved in. It's his deputy asked for identification under the threat of arrest about 10 times. She admitted on camera to doing it 6 times. She thinks she can identify people because she's investigating them. In Nazi Germany you could, but not in the United States of America. I want you to watch the video so you don't have to take it from me. 1 million people have watched it, and I think you should do it. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. We are in recess till 7 p.m. Good evening. I'd like to bring us back out of recess. We're going to start with a public hearing. Mr. Mitchell.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Notice of public hearing. Please take notice that a public hearing will be held at 7 o'clock p.m. on the 12th day of December 2024 in the Legislative Chambers, 4th floor, Oswego County Office Building, 46 East Bridge Street, Oswego, New York, at which time all persons desiring to express their views may be heard in the matter of the consideration of the tentative budget for the County of Oswego for fiscal year 2025. A copy of the budget is available in the office of the Clerk of the Legislature in this building, where they may be inspected or procured by any interested person during the business hours, or is also available on the county's website. Pursuant to section 359 of the county law, the maximum salaries that may be fixed and payable during said fiscal year, members of the county legislature and to the chairman thereof, respectively, are hereby specified as follows. County legislator each, $16,094. Chair, county legislator, $35,403. Majority leader, county legislature, $19,310. Minority leader, county legislature, $19,310. By order of the Oswego County Legislature, November 14, 2024, Betsy Sherman Saunders, clerk. Any persons wishing to be heard regarding proposed county budget for fiscal year 2025, please step forward and state your name.
Mr. Chairman, there are none.
Thank you.
There being no persons wishing to be heard regarding proposed tentative budget for 2025, Mr. Chairman, I request you declare the public hearing closed at 7:07.
So done. Moving back then to resolutions. FP3 by Legislator Martino.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I offer this resolution and urge its adoption.
Will the clerk please read the heading?
Resolution adopting County of Oswego Local Law Number 8 of 2024 entitled A Local Law Overriding the Tax Levy Limit for Fiscal Year 2025.
As we know, This is, we will not need to use this, but we do this as a precautionary measure each year. We've done it every year since this came through.
Thank you. Any discussion? All those in favor? Aye. Opposed?
Mr. Chairman, that's 22 in favor, 0 opposed, and 3 excused.
Thank you. Resolution FP4 by legislator Martino.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I offer this resolution and urge its adoption.
Will the clerk please read the heading?
Resolution appointing funds, appropriating funds in the 2025 budget in regard to full funded grant projects.
This is just putting the money in the proper area for the 2025 budget.
Thank you. Any discussion? All those in favor? Aye. Opposed?
Mr. Chairman, that's 22 in favor, 0 opposed, and 3 excused.
Thank you. Resolution FP5 by legislator Martino.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I offer this resolution and urge its adoption.
Will the clerk please read?
There are some amendments that need to be made to this.
Thank you. Will the clerk please read the heading?
Resolution adopting county budget for the fiscal year commencing January 1st, 2025.
Thank you. And there are some amendments,
Yes, sir.
which I trust we all have on our desk. I would go with motion number 1 by legislator Gilson.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. This motion is to do the following adjustments as printed on our printout sheets. To the 2025 tentative budget, these include notice of new revenue for assigned council. It also includes legislative decisions and costs for savings identified in the departments of the county clerk, the county attorney, after the publishing of the tentative budget.
Do I have a second?
Second.
Multiple seconds. Any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
Mr. Chairman, that's 22 in favor, 0 opposed, and 3 excused.
And I also, I remiss, legislator Klein has been excused for a family matter. So, moving now to motion number 2 by legislator Greco.
Mr. Chairman, I move to make the following adjustments and corrections to the 2025 tentative budget to include personnel changes and legislative decisions made after the publication of the consent of the budget as it relates to the district attorney, probation, and the sheriff's office.
Thank you. Do I have a second?
Second.
Multiple seconds. Any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
Mr. Chairman, that's 22 in favor, 0 opposed, and 3 excused.
Thank you. Motion number 3 by legislator Martino.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I move to make the following adjustments to the 2025 tentative budget to include legislative decisions made since the tentative budget was published and new cost estimates in the health plan. These are pertaining to treasurer, human resources, county administrator, and treasurer.
Thank you. Do I have a second?
Second.
Multiple seconds again. Any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
Aye.
Opposed? 1. Mr. Chairman, that's 21 in favor, 1 opposed, and 3 excused.
Motion number 4 by legislator Rehill.
Mr. Chairman, I move to make the following adjustments to the 2025 tentative budget to include personnel changes that have occurred since the tentative budget, mostly within DSS.
Do I have a second?
Second.
Multiple seconds again. Any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
Mr. Chairman, that's 22 in favor, 0 opposed, and 3 excused.
Thank you. Moving on to motion number 5 by legislator Chesbro.
Yes, Mr. Chairman, I move to make the following adjustments to the 2025 tentative budget to include ARPA funding to incentivize municipalities to update their comprehensive plans and to include new revenues for workforce development identified after the tentative budget was passed.
Thank you. Do I have a second?
Second.
Again, multiple seconds. Any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
Mr. Chairman, that's 22 in favor, 0 opposed, and 3 excused.
Thank you. Moving to motion number 6 by legislator House.
Yes, Mr. Chairman, I move to adjust the tentative 2025 budget to include legislative decisions that occurred after the tentative was published for the Department of Solid Waste and Highway.
Thank you. Do we have a second?
Second.
Again, multiple seconds. Any discussion? All those in favor? Aye. Opposed?
Chairman, that's 22 in favor, 0 opposed, and 3 excused.
Moving to motion number 7 by legislator Rhea.
Mr. Chairman, I'm honored to offer this motion to establish account A1010546500, ILOC, other payments, with $48,000 and $48,300 to go to the fund, the Imagination Library. The Imagination Library has been impactful since 2018. We have all 9 school districts involved. We have 3,415 active children who are getting books between the ages of, from when they're born to 5 years old. There's been 166,662 books delivered across Oswego County since the program's inception, which is starting to take an effect to help improve reading for our young people by the 3rd grade level.
Second.
Thank you. Multiple seconds. Any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
Mr. Chairman, that's 22 in favor, 0 opposed, and 3 excused.
Thank you. Legislator Martino. We now move to, back to the motion, the original motion as amended. Mr. Chairman. Any discussion? Legislator Castillo.
You're talking about discussion on the budget now, the total budget?
Yes.
Okay, yeah. I have some questions and I'd like to ask the county administrator.
Now would be the time.
That's what I'm asking. With everything that we've just done, Mr. Administrator, we've lowered the tax levy by $61,000 from the tentative budget, a lot from the draft budget, correct?
Yes. Draft was 2.1 million increase, we're now at 1.8.
Okay. Now, the tax levy going up, tell me how you're going to collect more money when you've lowered the generic tax rate.
The tax rate is based on several factors. One is the levy, and the other is the assessed value, total assessed value of the properties throughout the county, and also the equalization rates that the state sets. So those this is the generic tax rate. The effective tax rates within each municipality are different depending on their equalization rate and what portion of the total value they are. As it's a fraction, so as your levy goes up, the rate will go up, but also if your valuations go up, the rate comes down.
Now, what I'm asking this, Mr. Administrator, is that the generic tax rate went down even from the tentative, went down to 515, but yet the full bail went up by what, 800,000? 700,000?
That was
$700,000?
last year, yeah, went up. So,
Went up $700,000, okay. And that's why the generic tax rate went down.
It's a combination of what was under the levy
Combination,
and the
but,
rate
you know,
and the value.
If you didn't raise the full bail, you wouldn't have been lowering the tax rate, the generic tax rate.
Right.
You would have had to raise the tax rate to cover the tax levy, correct?
If the full value had not changed, the rate would go up a little bit because of the levy going up.
Okay, that's all I wanted to know. I mean, you know, there's a lot of things that I'm not happy with the budget. The way the budget was handled, with sharing it with the minority caucus was a major issue with me and my cohort. So in that term, we will not be voting in favor of this budget, along with the raising of fees, raising of direct salaries to the elected officials. Thank you very much for your time, sir.
Thank you. I would add that the budget was prepared virtually a month early this year. And I would also tell every legislature, whichever side of the aisle you're on, that next year's budget starts tomorrow. So if we have and need an interest in that, I would say that you're more than welcome to talk with your fellow legislators and to talk with your administrator. And truly, the budget for next year starts tomorrow. So, having said that, any other discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
Mr. Chairman, that's 20 in favor, 2 opposed, and 3 excused.
And before we move on, Administrator Church has provided me with this document. In 2003, to the legislative proceedings point, the value of particular houses probably were less than they are now. But that tax rate was $8.13 per thousand. Adjusted for inflation, that would be $14.12 today. I think that's important to keep in mind, that when we finally settle on this rate here, we're down in the $5.15 neighborhood. I think that the administration, and I think the department heads in this body, both Republicans and Democrats, have done a pretty good job trying to keep the line down. Again, thank you for that. Next. Any comments? Legislator Krasik, you had some words?
Yeah. Part of that you covered, which is important to hear and publicly announce, that this legislative body, all inclusive, and department heads who were challenged with, trying to put this thing together, make sure that we were still on the same path to provide the services for this county that are needed, but at the same time demonstrate that we do care about everyone, we do care about our employees, and we care about the taxpayers. And it's very pleasing that last year our rate was 5.60, and this year it is 5.15. So I'm just going to be the spokesman to say congratulations, everyone, and thank you very much for department heads and for people that took this serious and got engaged and made this happen. We continue to show that this county has its act together and cares about employees and taxpayers at the same time. Thank you.
Thank you. Legislator Martino, you had your hand up?
Yeah, I did. Legislator Krasik pretty much hit down everything. I wanted to thank Phil and Veronica, all the department heads who got to work early with Phil and Veronica to get this to us, and we can be here tonight and get it taken care of. Thank you all.
Thank you. Moving then to Resolution FP6 by Legislator Martino.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I have this resolution for its adoption.
The clerk, please read the heading. Did we vote the budget?
Yeah, maybe I already read it.
Yeah, we vote.
Did we go?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Did the rest?
1, 2, 3.
Yeah, we voted against it, don't you remember
Oh.
that? You gave your comment, and then we voted against it.
I apologize for the long budget season.
I build the guy up, I pat him on the back.
Well, we thought you might have changed your mind.
All right.
Ron's the vote again now? Vote then.
You don't get 2 votes.
All right.
All right, back to FP6. You're good?
Clerk, read the heading.
FP6. FP6.
We voted on FP6.
No, we didn't.
No, we voted on 5.
Oh, resolution making appropriations for the conduct of county government, you're right, for the fiscal year, commencing January 1st, 2025.
Thank you, Mr.
Recess for
Chairman.
everybody?
This is to appropriate and make sure that everything we just voted on is taken care of for our work. Thank you.
Thank you. Any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
Mr. Chairman, that's 22 in favor, 0 opposed, and 3 excused.
Thank you. Legislator House.
Yes, Mr. Chairman, I'd like to waive the rules for GC9 only.
Thank you. And a second. Any discussion? All those in favor?
I've got discussion.
Well, on the resolution or the fact that we're going to
No,
waive
on the
rules?
resolution.
All right, I'll get to you. So on waiving the rules, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? All right, thank you. So, GC9 by Legislator Gilson.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I'd like to offer this resolution and I urge its adoption.
Will the clerk please read the heading?
Resolution fixing time and place for public hearing relative to proposed County of Oswego Local Law Number 1 of the year 2025 entitled a local law amending local law number 1 of 1993 regarding the reapportionment of county legislative districts.
Yes, Mr. Chairman, since the census of 2020, the population changes, in order that all citizens have an equal voice, we have been compelled to change the districts within Oswego County to reproportionate those that they are equal. This resolution is to set a public hearing to give the public an opportunity to speak to this. We would like to do this on January 7th at 2 o'clock in the afternoon.
Thank you. Any discussion? Legislator Shaw.
Can I comment on this?
You're a legislator, you get to.
I feel that this reapportionment should be done by a completely neutral party. And it is my opinion that Dave Turner is not a neutral party. And yes, we're supposed to have this program, but it can be highly adjusted. I noted it in the meeting. And I just am deeply concerned how these districts are being cut out.
Legislator Castillo.
Mr. Chairman, I know everybody said we're only voting on the public hearing, they don't want to have the public hearing. That isn't the case. It's a case of the reproportionate is not done in a proper manner that we feel that the public should be coming in here and voicing their opinions on, because it was not done properly, we felt, and we still feel that way. Therefore, I will not be voting in favor of a public hearing because I don't think it was done properly, and I think we should wait and do it properly and then have the public hearing. That's my feelings on it, and that's why we feel the way we do. Thank you.
Any other discussion? All those in favor? Aye. Opposed?
Mr. Chairman, that's 20 in favor, 2 opposed, and 2 excused.
Thank you. Now, I know back to GC2 by Legislator Gilson.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I offer this final resolution of the year and for its adoption.
Will the clerk please read the heading?
Resolution authorizing chairman and clerk to handle all unfinished business through December 31st, 2024.
This legislature is authorizing you and the clerk to take care of business between today, close of this meeting, and the end of the year. And we urge this adoption.
All right, just for clarity, this is done every year so that the lights can stay on until the next meeting, basically. Any discussion? All those in favor? Aye. Opposed?
Mr. Chairman, that's 22 in favor, 0 opposed, and 3 excused.
Thank you. Any unfinished business? Any miscellaneous business? I'm looking for the appropriate motion.
Motion to adjourn.
Thank you. Stand adjourned. Public comment.
There are none, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you. I wish you all a very, very